I believe that we will win. 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 But shout out to EAT and Equity and Transformation, right? Shout out to our mission, which is to build social and economic equity for black informal workers. Those are folks boxed in the informal economy. Those folks who can't get access to living wages in a country that demands that you have living wages to survive. You got to think about that. We are literally trapped if you are formally incarcerated in a system that says on one end that you're ineligible to be employed, but we demand wages for rent, food, water, shelter, right? But you're not giving us access to the system that is actually built for us to actually get those earnings, right? The first pillar is rehabilitation. That is a commitment to rehabilitate our communities, right? Another pillar is restitution. That is essentially a commitment to restore the survivor of a harm to the condition they were in before the harm occurred. There's another pillar called compensation, which we all know, which is the bag. We want the bag. So everybody say, we want the bag. We want the bag. A very important piece that I think that we forget that needs to be highlighted is a guarantee of non-repetition. It sounds like a lot. Everybody say guarantee of non-repetition. Guarantee of non-repetition. That's a cold ass phrase. I like to say the guarantee of non-repetition. But there's a guarantee of non-repetition. That means that the harm that they have to commit to not continue the harm.
I want to call up the name of Patrice Lumumba, who told us that if you're black and anywhere in this world you African, said if you want to be free, come to the Congo, and the United States murdered him. I want to call up the memory of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who said, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will, and built the largest organization in the history of black people in the world. And then classism sabotaged my brother. So I want to salute you all on calling for reparations and moving that work forward. Chicago was one of those cities. In the year 2000, we were 53% of the population. Today, we 29% of the population. That means over 300,000 people that look like me have been purged from this city. And how did they do it? They weaponized schools and the loss of affordable housing. They closed over 160 schools in this city. And I stand before you as one of the brothers who organized to stop school closings in this city and demand equity in public education. The only issue in American public education is they don't want to educate black folk.
Every year I was in a class for 12 years, I taught the importance of rectifying what the harm was that happened to us. Yeah. I would teach enslavement and I would show a chart that showed everyone who got reparations in our country. And then when it came to us, you saw $0. Through the 2010s, I taught about this time and time again. But the issue was our education departments do not prioritize teaching our children this, because it can't just be one of us, because they know if we begin to teach our babies this from a young age, then it becomes a demand.
It's time for the government to stop playing in our fucking faces and acting like they don't have the money. Because what have we been witnessing? We have been witnessing them sending billions of dollars to Israel to bomb children, to kill our comrades who stood up for us when folks were mobilizing in Ferguson. Those same comrades in Palestine were teaching us how to keep ourselves safe when the police in the United States was bombing us with tear gas, shooting rubber bullets at us. They was teaching us some of the things they've been doing to survive their own genocide. They took the time out to bear witness to us. And so the government needs to stop sending money and bombs to Israel because it's time to fund reparations. Big facts. Pac said, you know, we got money for wars but can't feed the poor.
Legislation be a disease, be flowing through the veins of my city, infecting my people with the plague, killing us off like virus. Done forgot drug dealer be cold for medicine man, so they flush us out like we be infection. Black families be sick of suffering with symptoms of society, forced to mend the wounds say possession be 9/10 of the law. Yet it only take 1/10 of ganja to be considered a contamination. How are people still in prison for offering healing at discounted rates? While the government collects taxes off their back, we be ready for reparations. Ready to quit being treated like illness. Our rights are no longer an option. This be a revolution.